Elgin was a new kind of ball player. He was a threat in every part of the game. He's only about 6'5". Nobody ever seen him jumping like that before.
When Elgin Baylor came to the Lakers in 1958, he revived the franchise, not only on the court, but also at the gate. In fact, the owner of the Lakers at the time said if it hadn't been for Elgin attracting the fans, the team actually might have gone bankrupt. Elgin Baylor was co-MVP of the All-Star game that season, and 10 years later, he was still one of the game's brightest stars. Let's return to the '69 All-Star game, beginning with a word from the promo department.
Wide World of Sports on Saturday afternoon will feature the Champions Track Meet from Los Angeles, and also Vince Lombardi, legendary coach and football figure, will analyze the Super Bowl game of last Sunday. All this on ABC's Wide World of Sports Saturday afternoon.
Chris, in this quarter, the West hitting 6 of 9 for 67%. But the East, 1 of 11 for only 9%. So the East very cold here in the third period.
And with Chamberlain's rebounding, we have Baylor and Caldwell outside. Hudson and Mullins were in the corner. Now Mullins comes back outside, looks for a pass from Caldwell, instead finds Baylor, number 22. Reed, number 19, guarding on the play, and Reed is tacked with a personal.
Reed, of course, Chris, a little out of position here. He's been playing center for the Knicks as a result of the recent trade, so he was forced to guard Baylor at forward there, and might be a little unaccustomed to playing the forward that he's been playing the center for the Knicks thus far. There are 24 All-Stars here. 23 of the 24 stars in the game have scored thus far. The only guy to be shut out is Hal Greer, last year's most valuable player of the Eastern All-Stars. Well, as Baylor shoots, I'd like to remind you that That's Life, starring Robert Morse and E.J. Peeker, will be back in this same time period next Tuesday night with guest stars Bill Harris, Agnes Moorehead, and Rodney Dangerfield, so be sure to watch. Willis Reed, the NBA All-Star Game, making it 71-68. And there you saw a tactic we might see on the part of the East. Reed at 6'10", taking Baylor at 6'5" inside, and Bill Russell clearing the middle to let him work one-on-one against Baylor. Oh, beautiful. Jeff Mullins of Duke University, a native of Lexington, Kentucky, 6'4", up and in. This is 73-68. Now Robertson. Guarded by Mullins. Havlicek picked up by Hudson, number 23. 14, the Big O. Chamberlain blocking it, knocking it away. Oscar thought it was a goaltending infraction. However, Baylor has the ball. Caldwell in the corner. Russell on the rebound. Out fighting Chamberlain. Robertson. Willis Reed. And the native of Louisiana, and possibly the best fisherman, although Jerry West may take offense to this, Willis Reed of the Knicks, who gave us a long dissertation about his fishing skills last night, Jack. He sure did at dinner. We see Wesley Unseld on the sidelines. I think Bill Russell, not being able to hit outside, you'll see Wes Unseld come in because he is a pretty good outside shooter, Chris. Jeff Mullins putting it up and in over Hal Greer. Robertson now, 5 of 12 from the field, 42%, 5 of 5 from the foul line, 15 points. Six for 6 from the line. And Wes Unseld in for the East. The East has to get a little outside shooting from the pivot, so Unseld will try and bring Hayes outside, who is in for Chamberlain now. Now the ball game has been tied up 5 times. It's 75 all with 3:58 left in the third quarter. Baylor getting Reed to get out of position and causing a foul. Chris, we have a great matchup in the pivot here with Wesley Unseld and Elvin Hayes, the two top contenders for Rookie of the Year honors in the NBA, playing one another head-to-head. Should be a great battle. The native of Washington, D.C., Elgin Baylor, who became the third player in NBA history to go over the 20,000-point mark earlier this year. Chamberlain and Pettit ahead of him. Now he has 14 points in this All-Star game. So there's a battle going on for top scoring. Robertson and Baylor's. We have 3:49 left in the third quarter. Wesley Unseld, number 41, native of Louisville, Kentucky. Here's a native of Indianapolis, Indiana, giving back to the Kentuckian. That was Willis Reed. What a soft left-handed hook. versatile performer. He's played forward, center for the Knicks. Lenny Wilkins driving through the middle.
Ball game tied for the sixth time. Elgin Baylor is in the lineup for the West, along with Jeff Mullins. Hayes and Kogis getting a rest now. Robertson. Timing is perfect.
Look at Oscar. He's fired up. He's clapping his hands. He's waving his fist. These players are fired up here, Chris. There's a lot of pride in this game. And as we heard at the luncheon this afternoon, Richie Guerin and Gene Shue both, their teams were higher than a kite.
He makes sensational plays look routine. The native of Indianapolis, where his high school team won the Indiana State basketball title, and on to Cincinnati University to win NCAA championship. Wow. Baylor. Oh! All the superlatives for this man, too. Baylor with 17 points. So the battle for the MVP. Monroe. Chamberlain. 101-98 with about 6 minutes left in the ball game. Mullins. Chamberlain. Havlicek. Oscar Robertson. Earl Monroe. Sloan guarding Monroe. 2:37 left in the ball game as the East now leads by 10. Caldwell. Robertson. Rebounding to Havlicek. To Monroe. 116 to 104. 2:18 to go. Now it's Lou Hudson. Baylor. Lou Hudson of the Atlanta Hawks, Elgin Baylor of the Los Angeles Lakers.
And the East, Chris, here finishing the game as they started it with that blazing fast break, relying on Bill Russell to get the rebounds, getting it out to Earl Monroe and Oscar Robertson for the fast break basket.
At the end of the first quarter, the East led by 16 points. At halftime, they led by 7. At the end of 3 quarters, they led by 3. Then the West went ahead. Elgin Baylor, 11 of 12 tonight from the foul line.
Oscar Robertson slowing it up. The quarterback for the East trying to use the time a little bit, setting it up with a good shot.
Havlicek, a minute 57 left in the ball game. The East leading by 12 points. The West, Joe Caldwell. Finding Baylor, Jeff Mullins, and Oscar Robertson. Havlicek. Baylor to Mullins, to Hudson. The West having trouble finding the hoop as we have John McLaughlin, Wes Unseld, and Hal Greer coming into the lineup for the East. Oscar Robertson comes down to the ball game. His team leading by 12.
The East went on to win the game despite the play of Elgin Baylor, who led the West with 21 points. Elgin was still showing flashes of greatness, but injuries were beginning to catch up to him, and he wasn't quite the player he used to be. The young Elgin Baylor elevated the game with his grace and agility, and he paved the way for skywalkers of the future. More about that when we come back.